All right, this is awkward. Give it up for Polar K.
Woo! Polar K?
Peter K. I'm sorry.
Polar K.
Give it up for Peter K.
Yes, everyone. I identify as polar. Woo! Yes. Hey, how's everyone tonight? Woo! Sunday night. I guess we're not going to be here next week because it's going to be the what is that? Where the game where they play like the, isn't that the hockey game where they play like where they win the Stanley Cup? The Eagles play the Stanley Cup thing. Yeah, exactly. You can tell how much I give a shit about sports. Anyway. First and foremost, I am officially on social media, goddammit. I go by Politically Incorrect Pete on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So please look me up, follow me, hit subscribe, all that good bullshit. Also, last Thursday, I had my first professional show. I got paid as a comic, goddammit. So technically, I'm a quote, professional comic. Small P, very small P. It was a fun show. Out of 49 people in the room, I was the only white guy, the only white comedian. It was perfect. I fucked with one of the tables. It was great. Bunch of old black ladies. They loved me. Got all up in their business, and it was just fun. It was a fun night. It was a really fun night. Had a lot of fun. And of course, there were fucking some loud-ass motherfuckers that disrupted my fucking set and threw me off a little bit. So I had to holler at them. There's a video on it on my social media. Anyway, I was also in court a few days back last Monday, and I have another court date on February 7th. And fortunately, I didn't go to jail for contempt of court because it wasn't in front of a judge, it was in front of a commissioner of a court. Because now we're going to arbitration and all that bullshit. I'm having a legal battle with the fucking investor that owns the property next door to me. Her fucking building is bulging and taking mine with it, and she's trying to get away with it. She's trying to pull a fucking Donald Trump on my ass, and I ain't gonna let her get away with it. So I made her cry in court last Monday, and that's not the first time I made her cry. But I can't talk about it, goddammit. Can't talk about it. And there was one fucking homophobe. There's always one homophobic comic. This guy was late, and he had to be in his late 60s. Used the word faggot twice, and I just stared at him. And I'm like, motherfucker, you know better. You're old school. You should know better than to use the word faggot. Only gay people are allowed to use the word faggot, goddammit. So, what did I hear? I heard a lot about cheating on wives. I don't believe in monogamy. There shouldn't be monogamy. You should be able to fuck anybody you want. Oh, look, see. I mean, fucking happy sex lives make happy fucking relationships. And most people don't have good relationships because the guys don't, after 20, 30 years, whatever, don't want to fuck that saggy pussy anymore. Doesn't mean they don't love their wives. Thank you. Doesn't mean they don't love their wives. Doesn't mean they don't respect them as mothers, partners, etc. They just don't want to suck on those fucking tits that look like wet sand in socks. I mean, shit, watch some porn. You know what the fuck? I mean, if fucking wives ever snuck into their husband's showers, after they wash their balls and get all clean and just get down on their fucking knees where they belong and suck their dicks, there'd be a lot more happier men out there. Fine, you don't want them to fuck you? Okay, roll over, whisper sweet nothings, and jerk the man off for once in a while. It's not that complicated. Or else you're going to wind up like my fucking parents who were fucking miserable. And my father fucking died getting a blowjob in a car by a hooker. Yeah, you. I keep telling this story, so I'm not going to say it again. But yes, my father died getting a blowjob in his car by a fucking hooker. All right, look at this one. Okay, so now I have to tell the fucking story. Would you like to hear the story of how my father died, sir? Ask me how he died.
I do.
All right. Back in 1995, my father went to the old Holiday Inn, which is now the Live Casino down by the Stadium District. And apparently there were hookers that you can pick up at the bar there. So one night he went, picked up a fucking hooker who was getting a blowjob in the car, and the bitch was so fucking good at it, must have been the original Hawk Tool girl, gave him a fucking blowjob, and he fucking had a heart attack. Fucking died while the bitch was giving him a fucking blowjob. Could you imagine? She must have freaked out because she didn't take any of the money. There was dry frozen cum on the fucking steering wheel and his thigh. His pants were still down. Nothing was missing out of the wallet. So, wait, and there was also that year where it was those bad snowstorms. So it fucking snowed over 2 feet that night. And they didn't find a body until they started clearing out the parking lot 2 days later. So could you imagine? We didn't know where the motherfucker was. Never showed up. Couldn't find him for 2 days. And we get a phone call. Fucking man was fresh frozen. He looked like he was sleeping. So you can say my father came and went. And with that, folks, that's my time. Thank you. Wasn't planning on telling that joke, but hey.
Giving it up for Peter. It's funny, before he said what he said, I was going to say, I want to feel bad for you, but it sounds like your father came and went.